Surfers versus stand-up paddleboarders. Apparently, that's what it has come to at these increasingly crowded East Hawaii surf spots such as Hilo Bay and Honolulu.
People are angry out there on both sides.
Recently, the Big Island Safe Surfing Alliance approached the state to impose reasonable restrictions on a relatively new water sport that has exploded in popularity, stand-up paddleboarding.
People have said, well, you know, it's only a few grumpy old men like me that... I don't think that's the case. We just turned in to Nancy today a petition signed by about 200 people. We started at this point of saying, well, we need some reasonable restrictions. What does that mean? We didn't say a ban. We didn't say regulations. We said reasonable restrictions. 200 people have signed that petition. Probably 85 or 90 people have joined our Facebook site. As we move on through the process, I at least suggest that we're going to try to keep people informed of what that process is and try to develop these guidelines.
The Department of Land and Natural Resources called an informal public meeting on Wednesday in Hilo where both sides sounded off.
Everybody, you, yourself, is dangerous. You know what I mean? But we got to work together.
Hilo's problem is unique because we have only one surf spot, Honolulu, that breaks every day. Bayfront is also a favorite surf spot, but it only breaks about 12 times a year. Critical mass has been reached. Now comes a brand new sport, stand-up paddleboarding.
With an advantage of mobility over traditional surfers, SUP surfers have been accused of wave hogging. Some of the older traditional surfers on the island say there has been an overall lack of etiquette on the water.
Beginner SUP operators are getting out to the main surf breaks very easily, but they do not know the surf rules of etiquette and therefore pose a real danger to everybody. I've been hit by an SUP. Fortunately, I was able to block the board with my hand, but if it was a kid, it could have been worse. What defines this problem is the paddle and the size of the board. How can you hold on to an expensive paddle with one hand and control the big SUP with the other hand when you wipe out?
One day I was going to go out at Bayfront. And 2 or 3 years ago, just that short of a period of time, there would have been probably 5 to 10 surfers out here. Instead, I pulled up and there were 25 SUP guys. And for me, that was a change for me because I said to myself, what's going to become of traditional surfing?
But an equally large group of stand-up paddleboarders attended the meeting to defend their sport.
I don't think there's a day that had gone by that I went surfing and not asking someone to be careful. That's the bottom line. If every one of you would get out there in the surf and see someone doing something you're not supposed to be doing, what's wrong with your voice? Open up your mouth. Approach that person. Don't be afraid of them.
The other day I saw 5 kids in the river with foam boards, all with paddles. Imagine what can happen in the future. When you go get paddle boarders out there, what are you going to do? Nothing, just pray for them for the safe. We pray. Pray, touch the water. Bless the ocean before you enter the water. Respect all those around you guys. That's how it's going to work. Communication, analyze each other out there. You know what I mean? Back in the day, every time I turn around, I see Rudy punching somebody on the beach. You know what I mean? We don't need that. You know what I mean? Sorry, punching somebody on the beach. You know what I mean? We go way back, man. You know what I mean?
Mayor Billy KENOI was there for the start of the meeting and suggested that the next time the two sides get together, it should be at the beach and not in a conference room.
But these meetings cannot continue in walls. We surfers, you know, we celebrate this ocean, this island. We'll talk at the beach next time. With a group, we should be there. It's a healing place, the water. And maybe we go outside together, talk in the water too. When we talk about, hey, we're going to ban this or we're going to allow this. Can we do this and can we do that? You know, I always joke around. I get the mayors in the water at Honolulu. I ask them first. You know, I said right here, Aaron Castillo, you know what I mean? I've got us been a long time. I check with them. You know, hey, sorry, what, can or no can? You know, hey, Charlie, can or no can? Right? That's how we grew up. You know, when we talk about regulation and management of our recreational areas, the ocean, whether it's Pohiki, Honolulu, Keolanahihi, or Huluhulu Bay, no matter where we stay on the island, that ocean, for some of us, that's our church. That's where we go to pray. It's where we go for our spirituality. Some of us, that's where we go to heal. Some of us, we clean our head, our heart, our soul. We come out of the water better than we went in. No matter what we do. Body surf, swim, dive, boogie board, stand up, short board, long board, whatever. You know, I don't like somebody out there patrolling and don't care, gotta come out, blow whistles. Hey, KENOI, out. I'm born and raised on this island. I don't know if I'm gonna listen. If you knock on. I just kidding. But, I mean, you know, we all know each other, right? That's not gonna happen over here. How we learn how to act, on land or in the water? We learn how to act by our parents and grandparents.